Bonjour à tous, merci à toi. Thank you so much for opting in and watching this video. We're going to be together for 25 minutes. I will show you the different ways of learning languages and show you the most efficient, which is immersion program. So get ready, bear with me, and let's get started. All right, so in this free workshop, I'm gonna show you the 7 best way to learn French, okay?
Okay.
So the goal of this workshop is to show you the different ways that you can use to learn French in 2020. So I'm gonna also tell you the 3 things everyone needs to become fluent, and I'm gonna show you the method that I've used with over 500 students to help them. All right?
Cool.
So my name is Etienne Laporte. I'm a coach, consultant, and entrepreneur. So I don't know if you know my story, but I didn't grow up overseas. I didn't grow up with a bilingual family. I grew up in a small town of France called Clermont-Ferrand with a French family.
Okay.
And I didn't study languages either. I actually studied mathematics, but
Nice.
as maybe like you guys, throughout my career, I had to learn, English for my career, not really for school. And I think that's the same case for you guys.
Yes.
So I also study finance, and I graduated in 2013 in Lyon. So I told you I'm from Clermont-Ferrand, but I studied in Lyon. And what changed my life when I went to Lyon, and that I met a lot of people from all over the world. So I started learning English, not the regular way, not at school, but interacting with people. I also did another program in Paris. So the fact that I has, double master's degree and I was able to speak English, it allows me to work for big companies in France, such as Société Générale, Banque de France, and Caisse d'Épargne. And then since I was pretty good at my job and I spoke English, I was able to get transferred in New York for the same company. And I work in investment banking. I was, handling projects with different teams around the world using my IT skill, my project management skills, and my language skills to lead IT projects. The problem is in 2017, I couldn't get the visa anymore. So I had to quit that job and I had to, to go back to France. And at that time, I didn't really want to go back to France. I chose to travel. For the last 3 years, I've been traveling and working online. So since I was so passionate about languages, and since the visa issue was a problem, I had to find a way that I could help anybody in the world without having to worry about visa. That's where I created my company to teach languages online, and so you don't have to worry about visa. So for the last 2 years, I've been helping students from all over the world. I started in Thailand, that you can see here, face to face, helping nurses students. But then I found out, I always liked the internet, and the internet, you can reach anyone in the world. So I choose to focus a lot of online teaching and coaching, and I've been helping many students from all over the world. So that's my story. Now I would like to know, why are you learning French? What's your motive?
Well, mine is like, I just want to pick up more French girls, really.
Yeah, that's the reason. It's not the first time I hear this, but yeah, that's one of the reasons. I agree.
Fair enough. I think, for me, I mean, working here in Luxembourg, the professional language is English, so we're very lucky, but the social language is very much French, and it's tough to really kind of get to know someone when, I mean, they have English and their English is good, but I think just there's always a barrier, and even just being able to attempt speaking French with them and like being good enough to have them like to learn from each other, I think would be huge. And yeah, just like Oshin said, socially outside of work as well, of course.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Totally agree. So I'm gonna show you the 7 ways that we have available to learn languages. The first one is gonna be family, right? If you grew up with, British family, you're gonna speak English. If you grew up in a French family, you're gonna speak French. So this is actually the best way to learn languages. But let's look at the pros and the cons on this way. So what do you think are the pros and the cons?
The pros and the cons. Well, you might not learn like the correct grammar or.
So you will say, yeah, bad grammar is a cons. That's true.
Yeah, you might learn a lot of slang as well.
I think
That's
that's
a pros or that's a cons?
Oh, it could be like, you definitely will be native level if you learn for your family.
Massive exposure every single day.
Yeah. You're almost definitely going to be native.
Yeah. So I said it's perfect fluency. It's easy process, right?
Yeah, simple.
Zero
cost.
Yeah, free. Yeah.
No cost. All right. And I think the cons, it's only bad grammar. Yeah, the only one I can see. That's good. So the second one is, early age immersion. If you go to school at a very young age, if you go to French immersion, English immersion, you're gonna be able to learn pretty good the languages. So what do you think are the pros and the cons of this one?
I mean, it's shown that children learn languages much faster than than grown-ups. So just ease of learning.
Yeah. I can imagine it being really expensive though.
Cons can be expensive. It's also only for kids, right? It's if you're an adult, you cannot go there.
Limited.
I can't go there.
Yeah, it's not going back now.
Not going back, yeah.
Yeah. So, and what do you think? What would you think are the pros?
I mean, children
we have quite a high level.
There's maximized time. So by the time our age, they've been learning for like 20 years.
So so the pros and the cons is the price, and it's mostly for kids.
Limited.
Then we have moving abroad. So what do you think are the pros and the cons of moving abroad?
The pros are like you will learn immersion, being immersed, and it's free to speak to people in that country.
Yeah.
What did you say?
It's free to immersion.
Free to speak,
Yeah, it's free to speak to people in that country.
Speaking with natives.
Yeah, speaking with natives.
Like at school, my Spanish teacher wasn't even native.
Yeah. So it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
The cons are though, like if you can't speak the language and they can't speak the language, you're stuck.
Yeah. So like no middle ground,
exactly. No middle ground.
But also, I mean, so not everybody can, right? I mean, like not everybody wants to move abroad. Not everybody can afford it. I mean,
like financial situation, like responsibilities.
Yeah.
It's not like
financial but also, I mean, I don't know if you like. I was just in America, and I'm always amazed that there's family that's been here for 50 years and they don't even speak the language. Like Chinese family, Korean family, Polish family. So moving abroad is it's good. That's help, but it's not guaranteed.
Yeah.
I mean, especially with like Luxembourg, because and especially with English being a language, because everybody it's at least a second language.
Yeah. It's only like French people that are likely not to speak it. Because Luxembourgish people know like 5 languages off the bat.
Yeah, exactly.
They know French, German, English, Luxembourgish.
So when you say you need French, is it to speak with French people or Luxembourg people?
No, but for French
mainly
people.
French.
Yeah, because Luxembourgish people speak 4 or 5 languages.
And Luxembourg people tend to prefer English to French.
Yeah, depending on. But their grammar is very good even compared to like the French people. Because they learn the grammar.
But our companies,
there's like 3 or 4 Luxembourgish people.
Yeah, like 90% French.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And we're close to the French border as well.
Yeah. And we work with the French side of Switzerland, which is Geneva.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bank's professional language is French.
Exactly, yeah. So if you want us to work in Geneva, you're going to have to know French.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so another way can be through, apps, books, video course. Maybe you tried Duolingo, maybe you tried YouTube, Babbel. Was it Aston? What do you think are the pros and the cons of those?
It's like you learn random words like Le Chat is show. Like, what the heck, like random words.
Yeah, there's no consistency.
Yeah,
it's not really useful.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I know what a horse is, but
yeah, the horse is
can't tell
grey.
you.
Okay, yeah, you just walk up to someone. The horse is grey. Like I remember when I was
not practical.
I was like, "Tu bebes de leche." My friend looked at me like, "What? You drink? Do I drink milk?"
I mean, the pros is that it's Duolingo's free.
Yeah,
it's free.
Right on your phone.
It's fun and it's convenient. Yeah.
Convenient. That's the best. Yeah.
But this one, I mean, it's fun, it's convenient, but are you actually getting the results? No, right?
No, I wouldn't say.
I don't think by itself.
Yeah, it has to be
It's got to be with having a lot of lessons.
Yeah, for sure.
Use it more as an extra as opposed to the actual main method.
It can be like an add-on.
Yeah.
If you have it as an add-on.
Yeah. Good. All right. Next one can be school. So I don't know if you study languages. When you were in school.
Languages aren't taught very well in the UK.
So they were like, "Oh no, you'll be fine with English, don't worry."
Yeah, I mean it's pretty much everywhere. It's in France, in America.
Yeah, countries where it's the main language. I mean, what
do you think are the pros and the cons?
It's easy to forget what you learned. Pros is it's
I mean, at school I didn't really appreciate it. I didn't feel the need, especially coming from English. It wasn't put forward very well, and the school environment isn't very good either.
Yeah,
but I mean, okay, let's not think about the school back then. But let's say if you had to go to a school somewhere in Luxembourg.
Well, it's kind of like you have. If you feel like you're there to learn, like imagine if we go here now, like we're coming here now, we're like here to learn. So like
there's a commitment.
Yeah. So you feel a bit more committed to be. Rather, like it's not. You don't have to you just have to show up and then you learn. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're doing that at home, like just like doing Duolingo, like
there's accountability.
Yeah. So like you feel like you kind of have that push to help you learn a little bit.
Yeah. So what could be the cons?
When I was, there's 2 big classes.
Yeah,
we really had a chance to practice properly.
Yeah.
You don't get much speaking practice.
No,
exactly. Yeah, that's definitely a big problem. And what else?
Yeah, one thing I didn't really like about school is also time and location. So it's always this time at this location.
Yes, yeah.
Time and location dependent.
Yeah, it was very rigid. Yeah.
But I've been to school for many years. I mean, also you don't really get the results. Like you get.
No.
I call it awkward level because you don't speak like native. You have some knowledge, but doesn't really match the real world.
No, it doesn't transfer over when you actually need it.
Yeah. Okay, very good, guys. So another one can be private tutoring, right? Either you took private lesson online or face to face. What would you say are the pros and the cons of this one?
Super expensive.
Yeah, super expensive.
Yeah, so you have to pay as you go, like every time you have to pay as you go, expensive. Okay.
And then what else?
I mean, the cons would be one-to-one, so it's going to be excellent.
Yeah,
lots of practice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They'll be able to keep pace with you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's
immediate feedback.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, great. All right, so the last one I want to talk about is immersion. It's actually the most efficient way to learn languages. So, companies offer different immersion programs. Some companies will offer travel immersion, but we're in 2020. I believe with the internet, we can be immersed no matter where you are. So my immersion program allowed you to learn, from the comfort of your home, your desktop, even if you're at work. You can practice with us on your phone, and of course, you can travel with us. So let's have a deeper look at my immersion program. First, let me tell you the three things that everyone needs to become fluent. It is the right mindset, the right method, and the right network. So what is the right mindset to have? I think if you're here, if you want to be, if you're looking to learn French or English, I think you already know where you want to be, right? You have a clear vision, but maybe you're lacking the method, right? Maybe you want to speak better French, you want to speak better English, but how, right? You try to go to school, it's not working. You try the apps, it's fun, but it's actually not improving yourself. So you need to find the right method. And for some people, you have the right mindset, you have the right method, but you have nobody to practice with. So you're missing the network. And that's why I create my immersion program that's going to bring you the right mindset to have in order to have communication skills, in order to connect with locals, and in order to build yourself. So when you speak, people respect you, understand you. And yeah, also I'm going to give you the right method, the method that I've used myself to become fluent in English, to learn Spanish, to learn Thai, and the same method that I've been helping my student with for the last 5 years. And also you're going to have access to the network, and have access to me, my other students, and my other coach and native speakers in my company. So I call it Immersion Programs 2.0. And what we did, we took what was working in the regular other methods, but we took what wasn't working and it tweaked it in a benefit. So remember, we saw that immersion programs, early age immersion was very good, but right, we saw that it was we have an age restriction. So my program, there is no age restriction. Sometimes we also saw if you use apps, if you use online, you get lonely. Now you're gonna have access to me, all the other students, and the other teachers. So you're gonna have this community. Also, we found out sometimes you learn, but you never practice. So with us, you're gonna be able to practice online and on WhatsApp. Other methods focus on reading, writing. We're gonna focus on speaking, because language is about speaking, making friends, having a new job, making business deal. It's all about communication skill and speaking. So I'm gonna also offer you flashcard with right pronunciation. And what will we do? We saw in the regular classroom, we never get the replay. So the teacher assumes you have to understand everything at the first attempt, but life doesn't work this way. We need to practice over and over again. So everything we do, you're gonna have limited replays. And most important, it's not gonna be time and location dependent. You're gonna be able to study on your own when and where you want to. Okay, so let's have a look at our benefits. So as I said, it's gonna be convenient in terms of time and places. If you join the private program, the private immersion, you're gonna have a session whenever you're free. Maybe you're a busy businessman, only have 30 minutes between 9 and 9:30, we're gonna be there to help you. But also you're gonna be able to learn, at your own time, at your own pace, online in the WhatsApp group. So, no matter what days you're free, we're gonna be free for you. It's also gonna be free in terms of location. You can learn at home, at your work desk, or on a transit to work. So everything we do, also the file sharing, like you're gonna have we don't take regular notes. We use Google Doc to share documents, so you have access to information anytime, anywhere. And of course, you can practice with us on the go, through WhatsApp or through mobile. The second benefit is you're gonna learn from expert coaching, right? You're gonna learn from me. I'm an expert. I've been doing it for 5 years, and I've had other people doing it. Sometimes we try to learn languages from native speakers, but we forgot native speakers only speak their own language. They don't know how to learn another language. They don't know how to do the transformation. And now I think you know that learning a language is about transformation. But with me, I'm going to teach you how to do it. The other benefits is it's very good to learn from expert coaching, but it's very good to practice with native speakers. So you're going to have access to native speakers in my team that you can practice with, whether you're at home or at your work desk. The other benefit is going to be the community, right? You're not going to be by yourself. You're going to be around expert native speakers and other students from all over the world who want to better their French or better their English. Also, which is very important, support. You know, sometimes you get lonely, you get unmotivated, and it's not going to happen with us. You will have access to us on WhatsApp to ask any question anytime to feel better and improve your language skills. You're going to have access to unlimited replays to all the sessions that we do. We're going to upload them online so you can watch them anytime, anywhere. And this way you can study on your own pace. You know, of course, you can learn from WhatsApp, asking your question and learn on the go, which is very important. So this way you feel immersed 24/7. All right, guys, so if you're interested in improving your language skill with us, you can apply right now. All you have to do is click at the bottom to apply now. You can schedule a call for free with me or someone in my team. Just pick a date on the calendar. Fill out the information. Make sure you leave your WhatsApp number. You know, answer a couple of questions, and you will have an interview process with someone in my team or myself. And that's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Now I'm going to leave you with testimonials from my students from all over the world. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it useful, and I hope to see you soon in my classroom. Thank you so much. It was teacher Etienne.
So one of the nice things is traveling with Etienne, with a local, is that we were constantly speaking French. So it wasn't just an hour a day or 2 hours a day or in a classroom. No, we were just walking around the city or riding our bikes while we were chatting. So it was a constant, more relaxed immersion of French.
Grâce à Etienne, j'ai amélioré mon anglais. Les solutions traditionnelles n'étaient pas adaptées pour moi. Et aujourd'hui, grâce à la solution proposée par Etienne, je peux communiquer avec mes patients. Les cours en ligne m'ont très bien aidé, puisque c'est une solution très pratique pour moi et mes horaires. Et ensuite, j'ai eu la chance de partir avec lui en Thaïlande, en immersion, où j'ai vraiment eu une ouverture d'esprit. J'ai rencontré beaucoup de personnes et vraiment, j'en garde un super bon souvenir.
Hai, saya Zahid. Saya dari Malaysia. Kerana teaching wa totemo unik de, kantan da to omoimasu. It is because you can learn a new language as simple as you want. The time is flexible. You can learn wherever you want. And Etienne provide me a group chat which I can talk with each other from various countries. And he also provide me flashcards. Many flashcards which I can easily memorize words when I want to speak French. I'm learning French with him. And I think with this program, you can learn faster than you learn it formally.
Bonjour à tous, alors je voulais faire un petit témoignage par rapport à Etienne, rendre finalement la monnaie de sa pièce à Etienne, dans le sens où pour moi, ça a été un vrai succès de l'avoir dans le cadre de l'apprentissage de l'anglais. Ça a été un succès évident dans une précédente expérience que j'ai eue professionnelle, qui était une expérience quand j'étais en cabinet de finance. J'étais auditeur et j'avais 3 audits à faire, un à New York aux États-Unis, un au Royaume-Uni et un autre, un call, donc un phoning avec la Chine. Et c'est vrai que l'anglais c'était quelque chose d'assez rouillé pour moi et Etienne a permis de très rapidement me remettre sur selle et de se montrer totalement on va dire compréhensif par rapport à mes objectifs, d'avoir quelque chose de personnalisé. Également, il était très disponible, il s'adaptait à mes horaires qui sont plutôt contraignants, en tout cas qu'il était à l'époque, parce qu'il y avait beaucoup de déplacements et une activité qui était très intense et prenante. Donc Étienne, à cette époque, s'est très bien adapté à ça et se rendait disponible dans les horaires où je pouvais. Et il y a enfin quelque chose d'autre qui m'intéresse beaucoup, c'est le fait de pouvoir parler à des interlocuteurs différents, avec des accents différents. Donc Étienne peut mettre en relation avec des Anglais, avec des Américains, avec des personnes qui parlent anglais mais avec des accents différents. Et ça m'a été très utile dans le cadre de mes audits, parce que je suis allé en Angleterre, je suis allé également aux États-Unis et les accents sont différents, les mots même en anglais sont différents. Donc merci Étienne, parce que ça s'est révélé être quelque chose de totalement réussi professionnellement parlant, et ça a été vraiment une très grande chance pour moi de faire appel à toi lorsque j'étais dans mon ancien cabinet. Donc merci beaucoup Étienne.